to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Fight Week on DAZN is non-stop action. Access all areas of the biggest fights, even before the bell rings.
I hope you guys enjoy this fight as much as I will.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
This is boxing. This is life. It's not joking.
No politics, no fluff, just first to glory and a little bit of history. Cheers to that.
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power.
There's no way back from this, surely.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
All that the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. Weigh in live on DAZN.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Philadelphia for the weigh-in here ahead of tomorrow night's mega showdown. What a card it is and what a night of action we've got in store for you. Do not blink so far as well, because there's been some tasty needle brewing so far. I am your host, Charlie Parsons, joined by me, Tito Mercado. Tito, good to have you, brother. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Can't complain, man. Just excited for another great night of boxing tomorrow.
We were just having a little chat. You said I'd actually rather sometimes fight than get on the mic, but that's all right. You've got to learn, and then maybe after the career, you'll end up being a better pundit than all of us.
Yeah, man, you just never know. But, you know, I'm just so accustomed to being in the ring, so this is just, it'll come second nature to me.
Let's talk a little bit about that main event tomorrow. Jaron Boots Ennis, he steps up to 154 pounds, looking to stamp his authority on the division. What have you made of him so far? And Uisma Lima's talked a really good game coming into this. How do you assess tomorrow night's fight?
I think it's going to be a firework fight, man. You know, looks like Lima's coming to fight, but honestly, man, I just think Jaron Boots Ennis is on a different level, man. And I just can't wait to see what he does at 154 and hope to see him get some title fights soon.
He had such a big frame at 147. There's been so much talk this week. Is he looking slightly tight at the weight at 154 pounds? I spoke to some of Lima's team. They said, you know what, I've got to give it to him. He looked good on the scales earlier. You think weight would have been a problem at all for Boots moving up to 154, even jumping up in weight?
Man, no, honestly, when I see him in the picture when he was with Canelo, I said, dang, he looks kind of bulky, but, man, I see him on the weigh he looked really good. So I think, honestly, like he said, man, at 147, it was a little bit draining him, and I think at 154, he's going to look really, really good.
He's turning into a superstar, if not a superstar already. Eddie Hearn said yesterday, it looks like there'll be over 8,000 in there. It's the hometown hero, right? They come out and fight for their own. Is that an added incentive, or is that a pressure when you're a fighter in that environment?
Man, when you've been fighting all your life like Boots has, man, and he's already done this before, I think it's just, it gives him just a little bit more motivation. I wouldn't say it's pressure, man. And, you know, Philadelphia is the city of fighting, so I think he's going to go out there, man, and just have a lot of these fans excited.
Let's talk a little bit about Uisma Lima. A little bit of the unknown, which is a lot of people are saying. He looks like a good puncher, he can box a little bit as well, but he's talked a real good game. Boots yesterday said, look, let's bet. He was like, no, I don't have the money you are, but he's been cool, calm and collected all week. That does make you dangerous as well when you have nothing to lose going into a fight, right?
No, it does, man. You know, look, everybody's anticipated to see what Jaron Boots is going to do, so it's definitely, in that sense, it is pressure, right? Lima has nothing to lose, and I know he's going to put up a great fight, but honestly, like I said, man, Jaron Boots is on a different level. You know, he's on a different level, and I think Limas has an awkward style to make it kind of awkward for Boots in the first couple rounds, but like always, Boots always makes adjustments.
Jaron Boots Ennis on a different level. We will see tomorrow night. Let's take you through tomorrow night's fight card, live and exclusive. On DAZN, we see Justin Palmieri. I spoke to him yesterday on the Small Talk set. He broke into tears when he found out he'd be fighting on this card. And good on him. What an opportunity to make that fight in Philadelphia. Followed by Harley Medeiros. Giorgio Vizioli fights for the first time in the US. What a talent he is coming from the UK. And one eye on that man who fights after him in Zaquin Moses. Okay, at different points in their career right now, but what a fight that could be in the future. And then there it is, your main card, Dennis Thompson and Tamir Smalls fight. Philadelphia homecomings for both of them. Do not blink in the co-main event, by the way. We'll have a little discussion about that at some point. Alexi Barriere against Guido Vianello. That one is going to be fantastic. And the main event, like we spoke about, Jaron Boots Ennis steps up to 154 pounds, looking to stamp that authority on the division as he takes on the tough Angolan in Uisma Lima. Well, more from us later as we throw to David Diamante for the first weigh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome everybody here today to the fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA, for the official weigh-in for a big night of world-class professional boxing taking place here tomorrow night. And it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored on the night by Bet Online, Drip, Event 365, Riyadh Season, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and Everlast. And of course, all the action will go out live around the world exclusively on DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got an 8-fight card. We have 2 title fights, and at the top of the bill, Jaron Boots Ennis and the monster Uisma Lima. At a 154 title, it's a final eliminator for the WBC title shot. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this weigh-in. Let's bring the fighters up to the stage so they can face the scale and face each other. Our first contest, 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Now making his way to the stage, professional record 5-3 with 2 knockouts. He's from Camden, but he trains right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Please welcome Naeem, the Dream Parker. Parker. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Perfect professional record, 5-0 with 3 knockouts. He fights out of South Philly. Please welcome Justin Punizione Palmieri. Palmieri. Fighters to the scales. $141.6 for Parker. 136.4 for Palmieri. Fighters face each other.
Well, there we are, Justin Palmieri weighing in there. He just said how excited he is to be on this Jaron Boots Ennis card. What an opportunity for him to show out on this magnificent
Palmieri versus Parker.
It's always
6 rounds, super lightweights, Matchroom Boxing, live on the zone from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
It's going to be a great fight, man.
What an opportunity for him. I mean, they spoke about the tears and the elation in the dressing room. A first round knockout he got, and that's when he found out that they would be on the card. Just how exciting it is for him. What a card as well that we have got for you. Let's talk a little bit just quickly that co-main event. I don't know if we'll have time to fit it in. Maybe it's one for later on. But what a fight that is. Guido Vianello and Alexis Barriere. They've been going at it. When they're chomping at the needle in the build-up, okay, we'll talk about it a little bit later. As David Diamante.
All right. Our next contest, 6-round super lightweights, making his way to the stage this time from Houston, Texas. Professional record, 16 victories, 6 defeats, 1 draw. He has 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Highland Williams Jr. Williams Jr. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Perfect professional record, 8-0. 7 of his 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of the beautiful borough of Brooklyn, New York, USA. Please welcome Harley Dennis, the Menace Maderos. Maderos. Fighters, face the scales. $138.4 for Williams Jr. $141.6 for Maderos. Fighters face each other.
Well, here we go. Cool, calm, and collected. Harley Maderos has been all week. You fought him in the amateurs, right? What are you expecting to see from him tomorrow night?
I'm expecting to see a lot of big bombs from Harley Maderos, man. He likes to throw that overhand, right?
Super lightweights,
in the Olympic trials. Actually eliminated him from the Olympic trials, but he's a guy, man, that's very unorthodox, man. He likes to throw big power shots from both hands, so I'm expecting that from tomorrow night, man. He definitely likes to go out there and give a knockout for the fans.
Not short of any confidence, is he? I've seen him in the Fight Week hotel all week, just bowling around, cool, calm, and collected. But that's probably a good way to be if you're a fighter, right?
Yeah, man, you know what? It's a good thing, and I think it just, you see a lot of New York fighters with that type of attitude and that type of confidence, man, and that's what we need in boxing, I think.
When you fought him in the amateurs, how much is, obviously you've now seen him as a pro, he's got a handful of knockouts. What have you made of his progression during his pro career so far?
He's obviously, man, you know, once you turn pro, man, you obviously learn, you know, some subtle things. You know, I see him settling down a little bit more in shots, a little more patient, but, you know, same Harley, man. He likes to go out there and throw bombs, you know, and that's the main thing.
Well, the same Harley it is. I believe we've got the next weigh-in ready for you, so David Diamante,
Our
take it
next
away.
contest is 8 rounds in the lightweight division. Now making his way to the stage, professional record, 13 victories, 3 defeats, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Brooklyn, New York. Please welcome James E4C Wilkins. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Professional record, perfect. 8-0, 6 knockouts. Fighting out of Aldershot, Hampshire in England. Please welcome Giorgio Vizioli. Fighters to the scales. $134.6 for Wilkins. 134.6. 135, bang on the lightweight limit for Vizioli. Fighters face each other. Eight rounds lightweights, Vizioli versus Wilkins. Matchroom Boxing, live on DAZN from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Giorgio Vizioli making his US debut, not short of any confidence. And neither is his opponent, Tito, by the looks of it, bringing that US flag in, thinking, all right, you might be the new kid on the block. You might be the kid coming in from the UK, but I'm going to come and spoil your thunder.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. But Vizioli looks cut, man. He looks prepared, and ultimately, man, you know, this is the guy that Vizioli is supposed to go over there and dominate him, man. We want to see the bigger fights with, like, guys with Zay Quinn, right? We've seen back and forth with Carmel, so Vizioli should go over there and make easy work of this.
Well, you mentioned Zay Quinn. I believe his weigh-in is ready as we throw again to David Diamante.
We're going to go 6 rounds in the super featherweight division. Right now, making his way to the scale. His professional record, 6 victories, 4 defeats, 2 draws, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Baltimore, Maryland, please welcome Glorious Antonio Dunton L. Jr. Dunton L. Jr. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Perfect professional record, 4-0, 3 knockouts. He fights out of Newark, New Jersey. Please welcome Zaquin Zayba Moses. Fighters to the scales. $133.4 for Dunton L. Jr., 132.2 for Moses. Fighters face each other. Moses versus Dunton L. Jr. 6-round super featherweights matchroom boxing in association with Jeter Promotions, live on DAZN from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
There we are, a bit of a laugh shared between the two of them, Tito, as Zaquin Moses returns to the ring tomorrow night. We spoke about fighters not short of confidence. This card's full of them. But he's a real talent, right, from just down the road in New Jersey.
No, for sure, man. You know, he also obviously has a background with a lot of great fighters. And what I like about Zaquin, man, he knows how to box, use his range. But when he sees a guy hurt, he goes out there and takes him out. And, you know, and he does it in a defensively responsive manner. So I like that about him. All
right, well, let's throw to David Diamante as we go to
our
the
next contest, 6-round super bantamweights. Making his way to the stage at this time, he has a perfect professional record, 9 fights, 9 victories, with 2 of them coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Santa Cecilia, Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Sean Dillinger Diaz. And his opponent now making his way to the stage, also perfect professional record, 7-0, 5 knockouts. He fights out of the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Please welcome the Quiet Storm, Dennis Thompson. Fighters to the scales. 122, the super bantamweight limit for Diaz, and 121.4 for Thompson. Fighters face each other. Diaz versus Thompson, 6-round super bantamweights matchroom boxing, live on DAZN from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
A great fight between 2 undefeated men. That's the first bit of needle we've seen in the face-off so far as we kick open the main card. That's good, right? They're both ready to go.
No, of course, man. And I know Sean personally a little bit, and it's going to be a great fight, man. I think this actually might be fight of the night. Boots always, you know, makes a statement, but I think this one might be the fight to actually surprise a lot of people. It's going to be a fun night.
He goes in as a bit of an underdog, but you think he's got a real chance going in there?
I have, man. I even had the chance to work with him a little bit, and the guy got skills, man. I think Boots' team is going to be a little surprised on fight night.
Well, super confident he is as well. What a fight that is, as is the rest of the card. I suppose just on that, when you see both of them so geared up, you've been in that moment when you're weighing in, when you're ready to go. Is it almost like who breaks first is the weaker man? I mean, how do you see it in your mind?
It depends, man. Some people see it differently, right? You see some people that kind of look a little nervous on the weigh-ins. Everybody has their own process of how they deal with things. A lot of them, Mike Tyson used to cry before fights, right? So I just think it really depends. But obviously the first battle is won before the scale. So both guys look ready, and I think we're going to see a great fight.
Well, what a great fight we'll see as we cue and we go to David Diamante, who is ready for the next wave.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to weigh in the first of our 2 title fights of the night as we go 10 rounds for the WBA Continental North American Welterweight Championship. Right now, please welcome the defending champion. His professional record, 14 victories, 1 defeat, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Please welcome Jose Cheito Roman. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Professional record perfect. 15-0, 11 knockouts. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Tamir the Don Smalls. Fighters to the scales. $146.4 for Roman, 146.4 and 146.8 for Smalls. Fighters face each other. Roman v. Smalls, 10 rounds for the WBA Continental North American Welterweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing, live on DAZN from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Look at the shape on Smalls. There's the respect as well, the handshake there. What a fight. You said fight of the night for the last one. That one could deliver a banger as well. A title fight, and what a card it is. What did you make of, what have you made of what you've seen of Smalls so far?
Man, he's a great fighter, man. You know, he definitely looks in shape. What I'm trying to figure out is how Roman made that 147-pound weight limit, man.
I know, that guy was huge, right? But then again, you say that, Smalls look kind of stocky as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't know what's going on there. Looks like the fighters are ready for the next one as we go again to our host, Mr. David Diamante.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to weigh in the chief support of the evening. As Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing, in association with Group Yvonne Michelle and Top Rank Incorporated, are proud to present 10 rounds for the vacant WBC Continental America's Heavyweight Championship. Now making his way to the stage, professional record, 13 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 11 of his 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Rome, Italy. Please welcome Guido, the Gladiator Vianello. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Professional record, perfect. 12 fights, 12 victories, with 10 of them coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Quebec City, Canada, please welcome Alexis the Great Barriere. Fighters to the scales. $247.4 for Vianello, $237 for Barriere. Fighters face each other. Barriere versus Vianello, 10 rounds for the WBC Continental America's Heavyweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing in association with Group Yvonne Michelle and Top Rank Incorporated, live on DAZN from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA.
Do not blink when you watch this fight, Tito. This one has been bubbling all fight week. I've really enjoyed watching the two of them. Two really good operators as well. Guido's coming in with only the 1 loss, but a big knockout over Makhmudov, who fights tomorrow night, also against Dave Allen, and Alexis Barrière's really up for it. This is a good fight, and with heavyweights, it's always going to be a little bit enjoyable, right?
Exactly like you said, man. Heavyweights, they both got power. Guido has that 1 loss, but 2, obviously a formidable opponent like Richard Torres. Like the heavyweight fights, like you said, man, don't blink.
Heavyweight fights are always good. We've seen Guido Vianello on British shores as well, managed by Adam Morley from S-Jam. He's come overseas for this one here. He'll be hoping his man can get the win. Brian Peters manages Alexis Barriere. He's been really, really good of what we've seen for him so far. Both men in really good shape for heavyweights as well.
No, very good shape, man. And honestly, man, they could pass for identical twins. They have the almost same body structure, same height, everything. So it's gonna be a great fight, though, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch that one. And I'm just impressed with Matchroom, man, for putting a banger after banger after banger of fights. To be honest, man.
Hey, look, he's a company man already. We've got him talking. We've got him talking on the mic. We've got the new weigh-in structure. I believe we're waiting on the fighters. So let's talk a little bit about this main event. Jaron Boots Ennis steps up to 154 pounds. He's been almost like, I don't know, it's looked effortless so far at times for him in his career. He steps up against the tough Angolan. People have been writing Uisma Lima off. However, I think that's a little bit unfair, but maybe that's also because they know just how good Boots really is.
Well, no, I mean, like you said, man, I don't think they're writing him off so much. I just think what Boots has proven time after time, man, you know, against Leonis, against Villa, against all these guys, man, he just made it look so effortless. So how can you put it past him, you know, put another guy in front of him when he's making it look easy like the way he is? So I'm just excited, man, you know, potential fights with him, with Ortiz, with Fundora. I just can't wait to see how he looks, man. And honestly, Boots is one of those guys that's going to make a lot of noise right now.
Well, Tito, he is ready as we throw to David Diamante for our main event weigh-in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome everybody here today for the official weigh-in for our big night of world-class professional boxing taking place here tomorrow night. And it's now time to weigh in the main event of the evening. As Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing, in association with Boots Promotions, are proud to present 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Interim Super Welterweight Championship of the World. And now making his way to the stage, please welcome a gentleman with a professional record of 14 victories, 1 defeat, 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He's a southpaw fighting out of Porto, Portugal by way of Luanda, Angola. Please welcome the reigning IBO Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Uisma Monster Lima. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Professional record, perfect. 34 victories, no defeats. 30 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former IBF welterweight champion of the world, proudly fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA, Jaron Boots Ennis. Fighters to the scales. $153 for Lima, 153.4 for Ennis. Fighters face each other. Jaron Boots Ennis, Uisma Monster Lima, 12 rounds for the WBA Interim Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing in association with Boots Promotions, live on DAZN from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA.
Well, just look at the shape there on Jaron Boots Ennis, Tito. We said, is he going to be tight at 154? He looks like he's made it excellently.
No, he looks ripped, man, shredded. He obviously looked like he had a great camp, and you already know what Boots is coming tomorrow.
I have to say, Lima come all the way from Angola and Portugal. There's a lot of noise for him in this room. I think, obviously, Philadelphia will show out tomorrow, but he's done well for himself so far.
Yeah, it looks like he brought Portugal over here to the weigh-in, so, you know, that's pretty exciting.
But,
like you said, Philadelphia's going to show up.
One more night.
Well, let's hear from those guys one final time. Just 24 hours out. Sergio is ready to speak to them.
Uisma, we are one big night away for you to change your dreams. You're in front of that man right now. You're the natural 154-pounder. Sizing him up, do you think you're going to be the bigger man tomorrow night?
For sure.
How do you plan on beating that man, that champion, in his hometown in Philadelphia? Do you think you need a knockout to win?
Maybe, yeah. But tomorrow, we'll see this.
Decision or knockout? Make a prediction.
Maybe knockout.
Boa sorte.
Thank you.
A man, a few words over there on the other side. Boots Ennis, third time fighting in Philadelphia in your last 4 fights. First time, though, fighting at 154 pounds. How have you felt at this new weight?
I feel great, man. I'm ready to show out with Sean, man. Saturday night, man, make sure y'all tune in, man. Big knockout coming.
You had to go down a long list of opponents before someone said yes to fighting you on this date. This man's not only looking to fight you, this is his world championship fight. What kind of fight are you expecting from him?
We know how he coming, you know, but make sure y'all tune in on Saturday night. You know, don't miss. You know, he come forward, bring pressure, and that make for an early night.
He is going to bring the pressure, or so he says. What do you have to do to beat him?
Just be me. Do whatever I want, have fun, put on a show, be smart. It's that time, in the words of my boy here, man. It's fun time.
You said you're going to put on a show. You got some fans here in the building today. You got a lot more at Xfinity tomorrow night. What are they going to see from you tomorrow?
They're gonna see me being me. You know, like I said, it's a better version. I'm at 154 now. You know, I got that extra 7 pounds. So yeah, it's that time. You know, and like I said, make sure y'all tune in. Don't miss. Don't get up to get no popcorn. Don't get up to do nothing. Stay in y'all seats or stay glued to the TVs.
Good luck, Boots.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, there we are. All is said and done. Jaron Boots Ennis, a man who is usually
Mike, where
less a word said.
Don't go anywhere.
He didn't say too much. He said Philly just come out tomorrow. Like you said, we were talking about 154 pounds.
And of course,
Chris he's made it fantastically. Excited to see him move up.
No, yeah, of course, man. Like I said, just so many great fights for him. You know, he's already done what he had to do with the 47-pound division. I feel like he kind of cleaned it up, and now it's time for him to do the same thing at 154.
Both men super locked in. We didn't hear much from Uisma Lima. I'll tell you what, he's done a lot of talking in the build-up, been very respectful, but I think he's enjoyed it. When fighters come in and they get offered the opportunities that they're not necessarily used to, they kind of enjoy the media and the obligations and taking everything on. Have you enjoyed kind of seeing him? And I suppose now that just says he's locked in, right?
Yeah, and look, man, he's a humble fighter. We've seen what he brings to the table. We've seen what Jaron Boots brings to the table. Obviously, fighters with lesser words in the press conference, but we know they're gonna make a big, exciting fight. So, honestly, man, that's all you can really ask for.
Well, he's barely stepped foot wrong so far in his career. Up at 154 pounds tomorrow night. The co-main event, a banger as well. We saw those guys weigh in. Make sure you don't blink. I believe Eddie Hearn is going to join us shortly live in the studio. Oh my God, you say that and a wild Eddie Hearn appeared. Out of all people that needed to stand to be even taller. Eddie, let's talk a little bit about that. Boots, cool, calm and collected. Same for Lima. What can we take out of that?
Well, I've got to say, you know, I love being up close because you can just see the pulse in the neck, you can see the heart beating. Lima's ice cold. Now listen, he's in deep tomorrow night against what I think is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. But I'll tell you what, he'll be ready and he'll give everything in this fight. He's got nothing to lose. This is a shot of a lifetime for him. But expect to see, as Jaron said up there, a different Boots Ennis tomorrow night. Not a guy that's depleting himself and coming down, having 24 hours to try and recover at 147. A guy that is full of energy, full of power, and I expect a showcase performance from him tomorrow.
We're going to see a big turnout from the Philly faithful. Obviously, it is that home coming up at 154 pounds. But they were very loud in here. The team are very confident in Uisma Lima.
Yeah, you know, I guess they're a little bit naive as well, because they've never been in deep like this before. They've got their guy who they're in camp with every day. He's a machine in the gym. But there's something in boxing called levels. And when you step up those levels, you need to be good enough. You know, we know Lima's a world-class fighter. He's been on the road. He's beaten undefeated fighters in their backyard, but he hasn't beaten a fighter like Jaron Boots Ennis. But what he will do is he'll step in the pocket, he'll let his hands go, and he can punch, and he won't be afraid to let his hands go. That might be his downfall as well, because he's going to make mistakes, and if you make mistakes against Boots, you're going to get punished. And I expect if Lima comes out hot, we could even get an early night.
Tito, if you're in Lima's shoes and you're thinking going into this one, you've almost got nothing to lose in a weird way. Obviously, you don't want it to go early, but you put in a good performance here and your stock's risen, right?
No, of course, man. Look, beating a guy like Jaron Boots Ennis, man, rises your stock. A whole gang of opportunities rises. But like Eddie's saying, man, you open up like that, it's bound to be a short, quick night.
Eddie, I want to talk to you about this co-main event, this heavyweight banger. So good. We've seen both guys weighed in there. Just how excited are you for that one?
I love the fight, you know, for many different reasons. I mean, you've got two really big heavyweights, handsome chaps as well. I mean, I was up there, I felt a little bit insecure up there, to be honest with you. You know, Barreri's our guy, Canadian guy, undefeated, who a lot of people are talking about as could be a guy that's going to surge into the top 10 and start challenging the name. Vianello's good. You know, he beat Arslan Makhmudov. You know, he lost the split in a very close decision to a Jaguar. He's been in those big tests already. Barreri hasn't. But sooner or later, you've got to find out if the hype is real. And tomorrow night, if the hype is real behind Barreri, he'll look good. And Canada will have Canada as well will have a new boxing star. And that's a great fight. Matchroom against Top Rank, brilliant night. The whole card, Tamir Smalls against Jose Roman as well, really good fight. Even young Dennis Thompson, indeed. Giorgio Visioli's got a real fight tomorrow night. Zaquid Moses, big crowd in Philly, massive night in Sheffield, Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN. Zibosh!
I don't think we're over and out. It looks like you're trying to get rid of us. Let's talk about tomorrow night across the pond. You had to pick, you had to make a choice. Me as a fight fan, I'm so excited. Dave Allen, the Cinderella man of some sort, against Arslan Makhmudov.
Both cards brilliant, both crowds huge. There's a real feeling of warmth in our country for Dave Allen. You know, just a real good guy, you know, man of the people. But again, what we say, same with Lima, all of a sudden you step up into a different world. Makhmudov's a monster, but he can be beaten. But early in the fight, you know, that's the danger zone for Dave. Dave's got to work with him to try and wear him out. We know that he fades down the back stretch. Vianello did that with him. He had a war with him, and then Makhmudov just run out of steam. But you've got to make him run out of steam. You can't just walk forward with your hands up. You've got to work with him. And I spoke to Dave earlier, and he said he's going to meet him in the middle of the ring and go to war with him from the first bell tomorrow night. So fight fans are in with a treat. Everything's crossed for Dave Allen tomorrow night. If he wins, the boxing world in the UK will go mad. And we've got this crazy new star that's emerged in Dave Allen. And I said to him, tomorrow night, just know that on the other side, there's something that's going to change your life forever.
Eddie, there was a period of time where you were talking about Dave Allen a long time ago. I think it was maybe when he fought David Price. You said he was 2 fights away from Anthony Joshua. Now, maybe not the AJ name, but we've heard about the Wilders. We've heard about all these big fights. If he wins and puts in a good performance tomorrow night, the world is his oyster.
Because when you're selling 9,000 tickets, and all of a sudden you're a massive name and you get a big win against someone like Makhmudov, you put yourself in the hat for those fights. And, you know, I don't mean it disrespectfully, Dave might be a good opponent for some of those big names. But what those opponents don't know is Dave's a very good fighter. He's just never really taken it seriously like he has the last couple of fights. And everything changes now. You know, sometimes when you get thrown in the deep end and you get beat, those experiences, when you do that, really come back to make you a better fighter in the long term. He's fought Luis Ortiz, he's fought Dillian White, he's fought David Price. And guess what? He's done all those fights on like a week's training. Now he's taking it seriously, understands the game, he's got a good IQ, he can punch, he's got a good chin. And in a heavyweight game, if you're big and strong, you can punch and you've got a great chin, you're going to be a problem for anyone. So I don't think there's anyone in the division outside of Alexander Usyk that he might not be in the hat for if he wins on Saturday. So like I said to him, like, understand on the other side, tomorrow you've got to go through some horrible times, but understand on the other side is something that could be life-changing. And he's ready. And I'm nervous for Dave Allen. I'm so nervous. And I can't wait. I believe he's going to do it.
Eddie, just quickly before we leave you, for the US fight fans, what one away from that main event should they be looking at on that card in Sheffield tomorrow night?
You know, you got the rematch between Junaid Boston and Fawaz. You know, for people that don't know, Fawaz has paid his dues in the sport. Right, he's a guy that's looked for that opportunity. He fought Junaid Boston, who's one of our top young talents. It was a draw last time out, very close fight. There's bad blood. It's a real crunch match for Junaid Boston. He's got to be winning at that level to go on. Josh Padley against Reece Bellotti, great fight as well. And you know, like I said here, great fights on this card. Great night in Sheffield as well. I can't wait. We're going to watch the marathon with the watch along. Somehow you got invited as well. You know, and then tomorrow in Philly, another massive card, and then some big announcements on the broadcast tomorrow as well for some new shows, including this man as well. Good to see him back with his name in the diary in December. And fight fans know him in America, the UK. Look out for Tito Mercado. He's a real problem.
Well, look out for Tito Mercado indeed. Just as if we didn't look small enough, Eddie had to stand on a pillar to be even taller. Absolute liberties. Fight fans, do not miss tomorrow. Matchroom's doubleheader, live and exclusive on DAZN. Dave Allen takes on Arslan Makhmudov. And over here, Jaron Boots Ennis steps up to 154 pounds as he takes on Angola's Uisma Lima. Don't miss it, live on DAZN.
Cheers, guys. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. The fight starts now.
How do you like it? On the show. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. With a corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Weigh in live on DAZN.